POAM is an acronym for Plan of Actions and Milestones. POAM is always developed whenever a risk assessment is done. So risk assessment is basically looking at your environment against a known set of controls, a known standard. Well, once that report is given, we know what that gap looks like. We know what that risk valuation looks like, and we identify what fixes need to occur. Well, those fixes go on a plan of actions and milestones, a things to do list. These are the things that you need to do. And once you've done those things, then you're in compliance with that control or with that standard in that category. So a POAM is very important. Your contracts manager will ask about your POAM. Maybe your prime contractor is going to ask about how far are you on your POAM? Do you have the majority of this done within the next 60 days or 90 days? They'll ask questions about the POAM. The POAM is required to be posted on the SPRS portal when you're posting your SPUR score as well. That's the fun part of that, is you do have a nice, clear path forward on what needs to be done. Now, the key of that is to actually action the POAM. Many companies that we've partnered with sometimes will take that POAM, put it on a virtual shelf somewhere, and not look at it for X amount of time. You can't do that. You have to action the items in order to get into compliance. What we'll do is, being your trusted partner, we're going to hold your hand through that process. We're going to have POAM meetings where we go back and look at the POAM items that are unfinished. And then we're going to say, okay, who has action to do this? When's the timetable? Are we meeting that timetable? Is there something that we have to do to combat that or facilitate that? Then once that is no longer a POAM item, we'll go and put that in as a completed task that you now get credit for in your risk assessment.